Okay, hi there to everybody. I just wanted to quickly come on here and upload this video in regards to fasting and how to deal with anxiety and depression, with other mental disorders or illnesses that one may be dealing with on a day-to-day basis. As you know, we as Muslims across the world are fasting this month, as it's a sacred month in Islam, in which it commemorates the revelation of the holy book, the Quran, to our Prophet Muhammad, may peace be upon him. During this month, millions of Muslims across the world will be refraining from eating and drinking between the hours of sunrise and sunset. However, there are exemptions also given to adult Muslims who may be exempt from the fast if they are falling in the following categories: travelling, elderly, pregnant, breastfeeding, or suffering from a illness which may cause them to be having regular medication. So if you are on medication, make a judgment call, which I'm sure many of you would have done. However, there are some people that will take it very seriously and choose to maybe not have their medication and partake in the month of Ramadan and fulfill their duties as a Muslim, you know, to fast. Please, if you are on medication and you're looking to come off regular medication, seek professional help if looking to fast. This help can come from from your friends or family. You should really be consulting a doctor in regards to telling them that you will be taking part in Ramadan, and if and what sort of side effects you may have from not taking your medication. You can also contact your local imam at the mosque, just to have a general chat with them, and maybe they can help you and guide you at the local mosque before you actually start taking part in fasting. I also want to just list on here that I am not a qualified medical professional or a Muslim cleric. I just want to speak about my own experiences from other people that I've picked up on in life, and cause an awareness and give hope to people out there who may be dealing with mental health issues or disorders, and people who may think that they will be judged if they were to speak to their inner circle or people around them, and just want to make people aware as Muslims that the worst thing that we can do is judge somebody who is going through a bad time already. If you're available and someone wants to speak to you, please just give them a bit of your time and just listen. You don't have to do anything else. Just listen to them, and hopefully, from after that conversation, they can offload onto you maybe about their experiences, and maybe you can give them some solid advice, and you can help them out, and just be there for them really at the time. And that's the best thing that one can do. When we are taking part in Ramadan, we do become a bit more ratty, because fasting can cause you to be sleep deprived, and if someone's having problems or got anxiety about sleeping, and they're not able to sleep as it is, it could cause to paranoia and all sorts of different mental health issues. People that are dealing with eating disorders, if you're looking to fast and use it as something that could maybe cause a trigger in your health. So also please get advice from your GP. I mean, fasting can cause, like I said, sleep deprivation, hunger, dehydration being one of the main causes. You could be ratty and very tired. We all have good days and bad days. Mental illnesses affect 1 in 5 people are affected. Like, statistically, it's been proven that 1 in 5 people will be affected by a mental health issue at some stage in their life. Conditions such as listed on the screen in front of you, bipolar, depression, anxiety disorders, schizophrenia, people taking medication for these conditions will face withdrawal symptoms from medication. If you are suffering from depression, you know, you could be on listed medication, you know, please go out there and ask for help. You know, there are other ways of you taking part in the holy month of Ramadan. So it could be by you just praying, coming closer to your Lord, you know, you by giving charity, helping someone in need, you know, being charitable and being kind. It just could be little acts of you know, little gestures or acts to help people that may be dealing with these problems out there, you know, that could save someone from really going on a roller coaster with their emotions. People that are dealing with these disorders, I just want you to remember that there is hope out there. You know, depression is the absence of hope. Unfortunately, people feel helpless, and no matter how good, you know, your iman is, if Allah wants to test you with depression, you will suffer. And it's just a test that we have in this life as Muslims, which we all know that we will be tested throughout this life. So just so you know, please talk to people around you. That's all that I can say. Depression can happen for many reasons. It could just be the fact that you're not speaking and opening up about your emotions. You're not letting people know, you know, about how you're feeling. You know, it's good to speak to someone. There are lots of people out there that will listen to you. Like I said, I have discussed on domestic abuse in the past, and I've referred you guys to going to Women's Aid, or you know, the Samaritans being a good source to go to as well. We could be dealing with depression for various reasons, because we've lost someone, or you know, the stress of studying. There's a lot of people out there, you know, even within my family, that are, you know, very stressed about studying. You know, there's a whole year that's been taken away because of COVID. You know, they're at universities. You know, children that are in their, you know, GCSE years and not, you know, going to school on a regular pattern. I mean, they've started to go, but they have lost a lot of their education time, so there's a lot of stress on that. Failing to get a job, you know, with people losing their jobs out there, it's a lot of uncertainty on a day-to-day basis. So you could just be having a lot of anxiety because you are on furlough. You know, some people have marriage problems, you know, abusive marriages. You know, just being in a unhappy marriage could be a reason why you could be feeling anxiety and depressed. Talk to people around you. You know, there's always a solution to your problems. We can never really understand a depressed person unless we actually speak to them. Even if you have suffered through depression, you might not actually know what someone else is going through, but as long as you're there to give them you know, support, and say that, you know what, you can come to me at any time if you're feeling low, and just checking up on people, you know, just making sure that they're okay, you know, and they're not isolating themselves in their bedrooms, or you know, that they are interacting with people. The only thing that I'm going to say is no one chooses to have mental illness. It's not laziness, it's not a bad diet, or you're seeking attention. It's just as real as having cancer or diabetes. The seriousness of mental illness is there should be no shame in seeking help in people who are of knowledge, i.e. your doctors, counsellors, psychiatrists, you know, and just don't judge people overall. If someone comes to you for help, give them the help that they need. Don't blame yourself. You know, Ramadan is a month about you building a relationship with your God, your creator. You know, if you find relief in, you know, praying and making a dua, you know, and asking your creator for, you know, relief from your illness, you know, do that. Do whatever you can do to keep positive. You know, every day is not the same. You're going to have good days, you're going to have bad days. You know, seek help from sources that are close to you, people around you that can help you. You know, a lot of times people don't want to talk about it in our culture, because, you know, people will say, you know, you know, they'll never really want to class it as a mental illness. You know, you'll have people saying that, you know, that person is far from their Islam, you know, that they are possessed, you know, God knows, whatever they can think of, just to never label it as a mental disorder. You know, these are not the sort of people that you want to be speaking to. Go and speak to a medical consultant, someone who's going to help you, who's going to listen to you, put you in the right direction, you know, help you out with what you're going through, and purely be there for you to disclose what you're going through and your emotions that you may be feeling. I mean, I would say if someone is really struggling to go and get that help from people around them, you know, first thing, consult your doctor. If you want to speak to an imam, speak to a imam at the mosque. If you're a churchgoer, speak to the priest, you know, or the vicar. You know, speak to whoever you can go to, who you think will give you good advice. Or you can contact the Samaritan line and the call on 116 123. Whatever you're going through, you can call at any time. They've got their lines are manned from 24 hours. Or you can write them an email. There's an email address on there as well. You know, if you go down on their website, there's lots of information. You can write a letter to them. You've got a response time of 24 hours. It's free service. Use it. They will respond back to you. They will speak to you. Better still, if you want to, you know, I have had people reach out to me. I've not had comments, obviously, as such on the videos that I have uploaded, but I have had a few individuals come out to me on an email format. I mean, it's very discreet. It's not something that I want to mention any names or any scenarios, but I hope that, you know, even if I was to speak to one person or take on board their problem and help them out with it, or give them any form of advice, you know, it's my job done, really. I just want to cause an awareness out there of these issues that people will be dealing with on a day-to-day basis. Like I said, no one chooses to have anxiety or depression. It's an aftermath of what you've gone through, your own you know, life experiences, and they take their toll on you. The only other thing that I'd say to you is don't watch something that's going to trigger your mood. You know, try and stay positive, think positive thoughts. For depressed people, you know, something that I wouldn't do is listen to sad music, because something sad in music, not that I'm meant to be listening to music in the month of Ramadan, but if I was to listen to music or listen to anything, you know, keep it upbeat, keep it positive. Don't be alone at all the time, especially in your room, because it can lead to thoughts that could run away in your mind. Don't isolate yourself. If you're an introvert, shall I say, at least go to the park or do some activity, you know, go for a walk, get some fresh air. It could just really be, you know, that you need to just step outside of your environment that you're stuck in, and, you know, just get yourself out there, go and seek a psychiatrist, through your doctor, by speaking to your GP, if that is the sort of help that you need. And don't forget to make dua for your illness, because you know, it's a test. Life is testing, and all that I can say is that, you know, it is stated that there is no disease that Allah has sent down that has no cure, you know. So even by just speaking to your creator, you know, by praying for the relief from your illness, you know, there's a lot of relief in that. Just you know, emotionally, just do whatever makes you feel positive. You guys can help someone by just speaking to them. And the reason that we are being tested is because we are close to our Lord, and he's only going to endure us with what we can take on board. But we also have the ability to go out there and seek help and advice, and that's what I'm saying to you, that please, if you are partaking in Ramadan and you're having a good day or having a bad day, you know what, speak to someone and offload. And remember, there are people out there that are in the same situation, and it can just take one act of kindness from you that can help someone or change their life. And on that note, I'm just going to love you and leave you, and hopefully come back earlier rather than later with another upload. And if there's anything that you'd want for me to discuss, please, you know, like I said, leave me a message and I'll be able to come back with that. Please share my videos, subscribe, because I know that gets the algorithm going on YouTube. I just want to reach out to people out there and make a difference and put the awareness out there, just to let them know that, you know, there is help out there. There are people that are dealing with this on a day-to-day basis. They're not alone. As much as you feel that it's only happening to you, please, please, please don't think like that, because it happens to anybody. It can happen to the best of us. And on that note, goodbye.